Rakib, a very good morning to you. Now, front page of the Express is that the Prime Minister's at war with his own civil service over stopping the boats, the illegal migrants. Angry civil servants vow to scupper PM's plan to tackle asylum crisis. Who's in charge here, Rakib?
Well, I'm not entirely sure, Richard. At the moment, it doesn't look like the Conservative government is in charge, and it doesn't look like it's particularly confident when it comes to running our borders. I think that some of the latest figures are quite shocking, that last year people smugglers, according to French data, made in the region of £183 million. That's up from £1 million back in 2018. So what we're seeing here, this is very much a large-scale industry. And as it stands, the government, they've talked about introducing new immigration legislation. There's been talk when it comes to tightening our modern slavery laws, human rights reform. But that needs to be done as a matter of urgency, because this current situation is not sustainable. The scale of illegal immigration via the English South Coast, there's going to be a very serious issue when it comes to public costs. The costs when it comes to rehoming illegal migrants in hotels, quite important civic amenities in established communities, that's well documented, as well as the cost to the border force when it comes to rescue missions and processing such people entering the country, quite often without any form of documentation. But this is going to broaden out in terms of costs to the NHS, social care, education. We're seeing councils in Kent, Richard, who are having to bus children to schools which are 25 miles away from their homes because of migration-induced school place shortages. So what we're seeing here is a situation where social cohesion could be fundamentally undermined unless the government gets a grip of the situation.
I couldn't agree. I mean, it's unbelievable to think that the most incompetent department in the whole of government, as far as I can see, that's just not fit for purpose, probably never has been for at least a decade, the Home Office. It seems they're now being told they've taken back responsibility for the small boats crisis from the MOD. And they're now trying to find, it says in the Express, some 730 new staff to support a small boats operational command with drones, boats. I mean, do you really think that this Home Office, who don't want this thing to happen, who don't want to stop the asylum seekers, that they're going to do this?
Well, I've always questioned the civil service's willingness to execute the government's plans when it comes to combating illegal immigration, Richard. And I think on top of that, Small Boats Operational Command, which you refer to, which is 700 strong, the government recently announced plans to establish a 400-strong unit when it comes to handling claims involving Albanian citizens. The Home Secretary's talked about a joint operational plan. She recently announced that with France, which the UK will be contributing £63 million in terms of funding. But as you said, Richard, one of the 5 main priorities, as stated by the Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, is to tackle the small boats crisis on the English South Coast.